Yo, what's up guys, it's ApTreX here. In today's video, we'll be testing out the brand new Eden Nintendo Switch emulator for Android on a low-end device. And for today's video, we'll be using the latest Eden emulator Android version 0.0.2 pre-alpha build which was released just yesterday. To get started, the device which I'll be using in today's video has a Snapdragon 4 Gen 1 processor with Adreno 619 GPU and only 6GB of RAM, out of which only 2GB is available all the time. In terms of the Eden emulator's 0.2 pre-alpha build which was released yesterday, it contains lot of fixes such as bug fixes, glitches and inconsistencies with the desktop and Android version. You will be able to check out the changelog on the official open source GitHub of Eden emulator, updated new settings, warn about Citron migration issues, fixed shader backend issues, also compatibility and performance and some bugs. Once you add the latest version of Eden emulator on your low-end Android devices, let's start off with the best settings. In terms of graphics, you need to set the accuracy level to normal. Resolution scaling that we'll be going with in today's video is going to be 0.5x for the best amount of performance possible. VSync mode will set it to mailbox. After scroll down, aspect ratio set it to stretch to window, enable force maximum clocks and asynchronous shader. Once that has been done, we'll go to the system settings where we'll make sure to turn off the limit speed percentage so that if possible then we get more than 60 FPS. Afterwards, in terms of overlays, you can enable performance overlay, but we'll also be enabling the show battery temperature overlay for understanding the thermals of our Android device. Afterwards, we'll go to Eden's Well where keep all of these settings enabled. You can also enable the extended dynamic state for better performance. By default now in the newest version of Eden emulator, all of these settings are pre-tick marked, the settings which are best for providing maximum performance, so you don't need to change anything here. The one thing that we'll be adding is a custom graphics driver which is going to be the Mesa Turnip Adreno driver 25.2.0 revision 4. So here you guys can see I have already imported this custom graphics driver for better performance and better graphics quality on my Android device. By using custom graphics driver, you'll mostly not get any sort of graphical issues inside this emulator. With that being said, let's start testing our games right away. The first game that we'll be trying out is going to be Jujutsu Kaisen Cursed Clash. So here we go. Jujutsu Kaisen has successfully started. This is actually a really amazing game. We'll press the A button to start it as soon as possible, and let's find out how well does this Nintendo Switch game work on our Android device. We'll go to free battle and start a quick match. So let's select ready, afterwards start the match. And unfortunately, as you guys just saw, the game has crashed. I'll try restarting it and starting a new battle to see if it works or not. The FPS got stuck at 0 and then the game literally crashed. And this time, as you guys can see, our game has went in game. It did not crash after pressing the ready button. Later on, we'll also be testing out games like Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, Pokemon Sword and much more. So here we go, the game begins, and if you are new here then make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, turn on all notification as I upload similar videos on my channel. Let's begin. So there the battle begins, and you'll be able to see at the top left corner we are getting around 6 to 7 FPS. On a low-end Android device, this is a super low-end Android device, and now the FPS is up to 15, 16 and so on. Anyways, there are a lot of stuttering issues as you'll be able to see, and it looks like our game might have frozen. Now currently Eden emulator is in its very pre-alpha stages, so unfortunately it seems that there are a lot of crashing issues inside this emulator. Let's try out our next game, which is going to be the Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. Though as you guys saw in Jujutsu Kaisen, we were getting around 10 to 15 FPS in 3D world areas, but due to stuttering issues and maybe lack of RAM, the game crashed. Here we'll just go ahead and skip everything, and there we go, our game has successfully started, and all of the games are apparently being emulated in 0.5x graphics resolution as I have set. So after skipping all the cutscenes, as you'll be able to see, our game has successfully started and we are getting pretty decent FPS, at least inside house. And in terms of some demanding areas, we are still getting about 37 to 38 FPS, which is not that bad at all. So you'll be able to see our game is working properly. Let's just go ahead and go back and try out our next game, which is going to be Pokemon Sword, which in my opinion is the best benchmark of trying out Nintendo Switch games on a low-end Android device, as it offers really amazing graphics, plenty of demanding areas such as open world map, and unfortunately we saw this issue even last time. If you try launching Pokemon Sword without a save file, then your game will just get stuck at 0 FPS and the emulator will crash. So you'll need to hold the game. Afterwards, make sure to import a save data. Once we have imported the save file, let's hope that our game works properly. Let's open this game, and there we go, presented by Game Freak. Pokemon Sword has successfully booted. Now towards the end of this video, I'll be giving you guys my honest opinions about how well is the Eden emulator actually performing on our Android device. So once our game starts, let's just go ahead and enter an open world area, get an idea of how much performance are we actually getting on this low-end Android device. guys. And if this video reaches 150 likes, we'll also be trying out this emulator on my Mali GPU Android device. Nonetheless, you'll be able to see the game has frozen once again, unfortunately. So if you have a low-end Android device, you can expect lot of freezing issues in most of the high-end games that you try out. Nonetheless, let's try leaving this once again. And even this time it seems that our game has frozen, whereas in my last Eden emulator video I tried this same game out on my Realme GT7 Pro and it did not freeze. So I think there might be an issue with either the newest update of Eden emulator or this low-end Android device in itself. So once again, as you saw, the game had opened but it crashed once again. Go to Eden's well settings and set the extended dynamic state to 0. Let's see if that fixes the crashing issue or freezing issue of Pokemon Sword. So here we go, our game has begun one last time. Now either I can go outside and fight a gym battle, or we can attempt to go inside the elevator one last time. So let's try it out. Let's see if our game freezes. The game froze once again. So currently, in my opinion, the performance is actually impressive of the Eden emulator on a low-end Android device. The only thing that I am not that happy about is the instability, but it is to be expected because it implements brand new features that have never been implemented before in any of the other Nintendo Switch emulators till now. You guys will be able to see even in battle scenarios, the graphics are being rendered properly in the 0.5x resolution that we selected. This is one of the lowest end Android devices of recent years that you can probably purchase at a super cheap price, and still it is capable of very decent Nintendo Switch emulation on Android. So in conclusion, I guess Eden emulator is not completely stable right now because of the constant freezing and crashing issues. Other than that, this emulator's performance is actually pretty impressive and is completely playable. So do let me know in the comment section down below what do you guys think about this Nintendo Switch emulator for Android. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.